What's up guys, Brandon Body Logic here at the HyperHuman Headquarters, bringing you updates on comic book films and giving you the tools so you can train to become hyperhuman yourself. Today's video is about Tony Stark, Iron Man himself. His worst nightmares are about to come true. Now this has been foreshadowed in previous movies like The Age of Ultron and Iron Man 3. Tony has been slowly unhinging over the course of these movies because he's always riddled with self-doubt. You know, all his bravado is actually just a cover for how unsure of himself he is. I mean, think about it. He doesn't have any superpowers, he's nothing without the suit and the tech, and Captain America nailed him on it in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, big man in a suit of armor. Take that off, what are you? I've seen the footage. The only thing you really fight for is yourself. You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play, to lay down on a wire and let the other guy crawl over you.
I think I would just cut the wire.
And even though Steve Rogers didn't have any superpowers until he got the super soldier serum, he still had heart, determination, and grit, something that Tony knows nothing about. But Tony has other skills in his genius and intellect, and he's obviously got this huge ego because he romances the idea of himself to such a great degree. But he also knows that the truth is the truth. He doesn't have any superpowers, he's not trained in any discipline of combat, he doesn't have that grit. So he's constantly confronted with a personal crisis, with the sole question of, how useful am I here?
Gods, aliens, other dimensions, I'm just a man in a can.
I mean, geez, if you look at The Age of Ultron, they showed the Iron Legion. They were just drones, so Tony partially made himself obsolete and redundant. Tony is thinking, okay, I'm in the presence of all these extraordinary people with powers and skills, and I don't have any of that. I have a lot of money, and I'm freaking smart, so how can I be of use here? So he tried to find his purpose the only way he knew how, which was to use his technological intellect and go big on it. He took on the task and a driven purpose that could overshadow and make up for the deficits of not having superpowers or being a trained combatant or having that grit and perseverance. This underlying purpose is what produced Ultron, and it went horribly wrong. Tony also realized that one day a reckoning would take place. This reckoning would finally call him out. His inner shadow has been saying to him that you're a fake and you keep coasting by, but one day someone's going to call you out on your bullshit and you're not going to know what to do. This was foreshadowed in Age of Ultron and Iron Man 3. He had that vision of all the Avengers dead and Tony was partially responsible for it, or at least that's what he felt like. In Iron Man 3, he was having anxiety attacks and breakdowns. I mean, he was losing his mind.
Check the heart, check the, is it the brain?
No sign of cardiac anomaly or unusual brain activity.
Okay, so it's poison?
My diagnosis is that you've experienced a severe anxiety attack.
This is exactly why in Captain America Civil War, Tony decided to place parameters on himself. He needed some form of control and a taking on of responsibility to feel more important, because subconsciously he felt he was being irresponsible. Irresponsible with this lie he's living that his subconscious is telling him. You're no real hero. Also, people are treating you like you are the hero, and then when a real threat comes, you may not be able to actually deliver. This is why he was on board with the Sokovia Accords. He embraced them from the beginning because it would hold him to a higher level of responsibility and accountability. Well, with Infinity War, the reckoning is coming. When Bruce Banner warns Tony in the Sanctum Sanctorum, what does he say?
This is it.
This is it. No one else in that room knows what that means, but now we do. Are you this hero that you keep trying to tell yourself you are? When you watch the movie, allow yourself to feel the pressure and anxiety from his performance. Because like I said earlier, Tony's quips and wisecracks and he's cool and he's good, all that is a cover for tremendous anxiety.
I'm a piping hot mess. It's been going on for a while. I haven't said anything.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. I have a question for you. What is a greater stake in terms of loss for Tony? Pepper or Peter Parker Spider-Man? For all intents and purposes, these are the two closest people to him. And if he can only save one, who do you think he'll go for? If he has to choose between Pepper or Peter, which one does he go for? Leave a comment below.